I fell for someone who didn't feel the same way about me. And the hardest part was, he didn't do anything wrong. I think getting over unrequited love is a very different kind of grief. It's not like getting over someone who treated you badly. It's not like a toxic relationship where you can point at everything that went wrong and say, okay, this is why I need to leave. This kind of heartbreak is quieter, cleaner. But that doesn't mean it hurts any less, because in this situation, nothing was really wrong. I just fell for someone who didn't feel the same way. And the hardest part is, I don't blame him. He didn't lead me on. He didn't give me mixed signals. He wasn't manipulative. He didn't lie to me or make me believe there was something more. He was kind. He was honest. And I still consider him a good person, a good friend. So how do you move on from someone like that? How do you let go of someone who technically didn't do anything wrong? I think what makes unrequited love so difficult is that you don't have anger to hold on to. When someone hurts you, anger can help you detach. It gives you a reason. It creates distance. But when someone is good to you and just doesn't love you back, there's nothing to fight. There's nothing to hate. There's just acceptance. And acceptance is much quieter, but also much harder. For me, I think deep down, I already knew. I knew he didn't feel the same way. But a part of me still held on to the what if. So I made a decision that I think helped me the most. I told him how I felt, not to convince him and not to change his mind, but to give myself clarity. Because sometimes we don't move on because we're still holding on to uncertainty. We think, maybe there's a chance, maybe I'm just overthinking, maybe if I wait. And that maybe keeps you stuck. So I chose clarity. And I don't regret that. But clarity also comes with grief. Because once you hear the truth, you can't go back to the fantasy. The first few days after that were hard. I cried a lot. And not in a dramatic way. Just quietly processing it. Like someone died. Yeah, my heart. Because it's a different kind of pain. It's not anger. It's not betrayal. It's just the realization that someone you care about deeply doesn't feel the same way. One of the hardest parts for me wasn't just losing the romantic possibility. It was feeling like I was losing a friend because we were close. He was someone I talked to regularly, someone I shared things with. And I realized something important. I wasn't just treating him like a friend, I was treating him like a partner. I was giving him a level of emotional access that's usually meant for someone who chooses you. And when I became aware of that, I had to slowly pull that back. Not because he did anything wrong, but because I needed to protect myself. Another struggle was adjusting to the new setup or dynamic. We still talk, but not as often, not as deeply. And at first, that felt like a loss. It felt like something was missing. Like I was grieving both the relationship that never happened and the friendship that changed. And I had to accept that, because if I tried to maintain the same level of closeness, I wouldn't be able to move on. Sometimes distance isn't about cutting someone off. It's about creating space for your feelings to settle. I think one of the biggest shifts for me was redefining what love means. Because I still care about him. I still want the best for him. And I realized that love doesn't always have to be romantic. Sometimes love transforms from wanting to be with someone to simply wishing them well. And that's where I am now. I can say that I love him, but not in the same way as before. It's softer, it's lighter, it doesn't come with expectation anymore. Do I still have moments where I think, what if he changes his mind? Yeah, I think about that still. I think that thought can still come up sometimes. But the difference now is I don't hold on to it. Because I've also realized something important. I want someone who chooses me. Not someone I have to wait for. Not someone I have to hope will feel the same way eventually. And he didn't choose me. And that's okay. Because that's just mean he's not for me. And I think that's the biggest lesson from all of this. You can love someone and still recognize that they're not meant for you. Those two things can exist at the same time. And moving on doesn't mean you stop caring. It just means you stop holding on to something that isn't yours. So if you're going through unrequited love right now and you're struggling to let go, especially because the person didn't hurt you, I want you to know that your feelings are valid. This kind of heartbreak is real and it takes time. Be honest with yourself. Give yourself clarity if you need it. Create distance if it helps you heal. And remind yourself that you deserve someone who feels the same way about you. Not almost, not maybe, but clearly and fully. Because the right person won't make you question where you stand. They'll choose you. And you won't have to convince them to.